The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 29th, the magical, the marvelous, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. And today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead and send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got all the U.S. indices trading higher. The Dow's up 356 points. That's a little over 1%. The S&P 1 0.7% or 77 points. The NASDAQ is 2.5%, 389 points. The Russell's up 23, 1%. Semi's up 3.5%, 130 points. Trendy's up 1.75%. So it's a rally. It's at least a counter trend rally to the upside. We'll take a look at that and what all that means. You've got gold trading down $3 at $17.82, while silver's off 29 pennies at $22.81. Light sweet crude up 275, 70.90 is the print there. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got Amazon $83, Google 71, Tesla 57, HubSpot 48, Crystal Biotech up 46, that's 170%. That's a big mover. Shakers to the downside, Mercado Libre off $16, a little over 1%. Shopify $15, 1%. Boston Beer $12, nearly 3%. Cloudflare is flaring to the downside off about 4.5% or 9 buckaroonies. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. No requests thus far, so let's go take a look at just kind of the general market, what's going on right now. Let's take a look at intraday first, because what we do have is the potential. So the NQ has been the most bullish of the instruments. Well, how did I come up with that statement? Okay, so first I should come up with that statement, or at least the facts behind that. Here we take a look at our daily profiles out here. So on the left-hand side, you've got the ES. Next to it, you've got the NQ, then the Dow, the YM, the Russell 2000 on the very right. Friday's push lower was nothing more than a test of support inside the NQ. Granted, the bottom of that profile is at 16,055. The actual close on Friday was 16,051. So 4 points out there. Not anything to get too concerned about, although you had to be a little bit concerned. But still, price pulling back into that bullish structured area, which is held. That's why I say the NQ is the most bullish of the four out there. Okay, so that helps that. Then that makes what I'm going to say next important. That is the most bullish, and that's why we're going to go take a look at those intraday time frame charts. Why? Because if we take a look at the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that the NQ has formed bar number 9. It did that as we came into 1 o'clock. That says that this 130 bar, whatever this high ends up being, it's going to be a very critical threshold level. It does mean that we should see some type of pullback out here. And this is as the NQ chart is hitting this TD9 breakdown level. That TD9 breakdown level is 16,413. We're at 16,415 right now. So price is pushing up into a resistance area with a TD9 count. We should see some kind of short-term top. Now, that short-term top should meet up with price pulling back to its oscillator and change line. That's in the 16,314, 16, well, the exact print right now, I can give you the exact print, is 16,321. So 16,321, there about 16,315 would be the logical area that we pull back to. However, the beauty of the TD9 count is, let's say at between 1:30 and 2. So while we're on the air at 2, well, we won't close the show at exactly 2 o'clock. But if we do get a close above whatever the high of this bar is, which won't be in until 1:30. Of course, it could be in right this very second, but we're, at 1:30 we'll take a look at what that high is. If there's a close above that, it tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. Now, as far as the next level of resistance for the NQ, what we would do here is we would change tabs. We would go from the 30-minute charts over to the daily chart. And so we'll do that. And in the upper right-hand corner here, what you'll see is that oscillator and change line. And that becomes the resistance point. That is at 16,456. If price can close above 16,456 or whatever the oscillator and change line number is, because it's green, what that's going to then tell you and I is price is going to go at least tag the top of that daily profile. Why? Because if you close above a green oscillator and change line, that puts you into the most bullish, not the most bullish, but it's like the second most bullish, the second or third most bullish outcome. And that would really give you and I the indication that price should go tag that level. Maybe it takes it out. And if it takes out the actual high out here for the NQ, that's from back on the trading day of, I'm not even sure just yet. We go November 22nd. And that high out there is a 16,766.50. That's really where the NQ needs to close above in order to signal to us that Friday was well, we don't know what Friday was. It was a half day of trading. It was a big bamboozle to the downside out there. So, but look, first things first out here, the NQ on a short-term time frame should form a top within the next, 17, 18, 19 minutes out there, something like that. I'm not saying that's the top and go ahead and sell. Of course, we have to see what the NQ actually does out there, but that's something we keep an eye on. So we've got its parameters out here. We don't have those patterns or any of those patterns with the other equity future contract charts. As I switch back to the 30-minute charts out there now, just so that each of us can take a look at the ES, the Russell 2000, and the Dow. Inside the ES mini, what we have going on is an A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, that price projection level, let's just draw in the A to B point out here. There's our A to our, well, I can't, was that a lower low? No, it wasn't. Okay, so I can use, this is my B point out here. We're going to go ahead and just simply move this. Not going to even recopy it. So there's your A to B equals CD, which should get us into about the 46.83 level. But I believe the NQ will take over if it's going to go ahead and pull back. In the case of the Dow out here, the Dow is just back at a previous resistance level. That was from 9:30 this morning, and that's at 35,246. A close above that would be bullish. The Russell 2000 still has its TD9 count pattern from 9:30 this morning. That created a slide to the downside out here. So really, we're going to just simply focus, just to kind of summarize what the equity future contracts are telling us. We're simply going to go ahead and focus on the NQ to give some type of signal. Now, the NQ topping, pulling back, and testing support, the area that we took a look at, and around the 16,314 level, holding and then moving higher. That would be a bullish message out there. So as we speak right now, we're about to go to a breakout here in about 10, 15 seconds or so. You've got the Dow up 346, the S&P up 75, the NASDAQ up 381. We come back from this breakout here. We go take a look at that spot follow, the TDX chart out there. Those of you that are avid listeners to the show, you were taking a look at Friday's action. You were probably licking your chops because there was a one-day rate of change of about 54%, I believe, something like that. Of course, the percentage doesn't matter. It's just something above a plus 10%. What do we see on the next day? We see a bounce or a bottom, a la today. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. Finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So that spot volatility index is just a wonderful tool out here. Of course, it's not a tool; it's a it's an index, but there are some really wonderful tools that we can apply to that spot volatility index to assist us with our trading. One of those is that one-day rate of change above plus 10% or below minus 10% out there. And again, just the difference, it's a close to close from the prior day out here. The blue arrows on the screen, those represent those one-day rates of change above 10%. The green arrows, they represent days with a one-day rate of change below minus 10%. Our focus today is on the one-day rate of change above plus 10%. You can see that's a very bottom panel out here. I've got both the plus 10% and the minus 10% level there. That makes it easy for me to figure out what it's doing. And of course, you can go back and you could create the same chart on your system as well. And I suggest that you do that because it'll just help you with an additional tool to help answer that question. No, you got the market selling off like it did on Friday. Remember, you and I were technicians. We can't go to a bar, at least not at this stage. I don't have a charting system. It allows me to go to the bar and figure out what the potential headlines might have been that maybe help move price. We don't have that. What we do know is that what we typically see on the following day after a one-day rate of change above plus 10% is some type of bounce or bottom out there. And it happens the majority of the time. I'm not talking 50 or 55%. I'm talking the majority of the time out there. So what we're seeing today isn't unusual. Now, one-day rates of change below minus 10%, you could get that today. One-day rates of change below minus 10% are signals of an initiation to higher price out there. And that's how you would go ahead and use that. The spot volatility index, again, is still below or above its 50-day exponential moving average. That's not the right chart out here. That was this chart or set of charts. So price right now is back to the upper Bollinger Band This is not your typical Bollinger Band out here, but the price level that you're really watching, the upper band being 21.61. If price closes below that, you're at 22.03 right now. Close below 21.61 would really suggest that we should see price pull back to that 50-day exponential moving average. That's at the 1833 level. That should assist anybody that is in a longer short volatility trade out there. So I'd really be watching that upper Bollinger Band. Even without that, it looks like what we're going to see is that spot volatility index pull back. Now, I don't know if it's going to close under the 50-day. I just simply know that that is where its likely price target is. I add more confirmation or conviction behind that move if price gets back inside that Bollinger Band out there. So that's what we've got going on inside that spot volatility index. We do have a couple of questions that have come in, so let's go to those. The first one from Hector and the fuel injectors. Hector writes in, he says, happy, marvelous Monday back at you, my friend. XLRE. We loaded 2 wagons up on this inflation hedge on Friday. Wow. Give us a deep look under the hood at XLRE, specifically the oscillator and change lines, resistance and support on daily, weekly, and monthly time frames. Well, Hector, brand new profile that formed out here. And that profile on a weekly basis is where price is trading right now. The top of the box is 48.67. We're trading at 48.68. What I don't know, what you don't know, is whether price is going to be able to take that out. But if you're asking where's resistance, boom, bang, it's right here. Now, we didn't have that resistance level on Friday, so it's a brand new profile. Now, if price can clear that level, now there's significant resistance in this area. The monthly chart you asked about as well, that's got resistance at 48.80. So you got 48.80, you have 48.67. That is your resistance zone. Now, what's interesting, though, is the swing point high out here is from the trading day just a few days ago. That was on Wednesday, November 24th. There was 5.1 million shares to the upside. You're pushing into it right now at 3.5 million shares. So it's going to be a similar type volume. Maybe it's a little bit more volume. Whenever you close into a swing point, we don't know whether we'll close into it or not. Whenever you do close into it with volume, Hector, it does suggest that you're going to go at least retest the top. But you've got this resistance out here. The weekly just now today joining the monthly with your resistance level. So be careful about those trucks that have been backed up. You'd like to see these levels fail out here. It looks like that's a possibility. But sellers are sellers. And that's what you're staring into right now. So I would just simply, that was a trade from Friday, and I think you're already long this. I'd consider taking some of that off right here. Yep, I would, just knowing that you're at that resistance level. Why? Because you can jump back into it if those resistance levels fail out there. So I hope that helps you out, Hector, and best of luck to you with the XLRE, the real estate sector for the S&P 500. Johnny D writes in, let's see here, he's looking at BMY. We'll go ahead and I'll get that. It's Bristol Myers Squibb. Johnny writes in, he says, your analysis on BMY, please. It has been in a downtrend. Where do you see support, if any, for a possible long position? No position at this time. Well, thanks for writing in. Yeah, you're right. This thing is in a world of hurt. It is below the daily bottom of its profile. It is below the weekly bottom of its profile. It is below the monthly bottom of its profile out there. So we need to go take a look at all kinds of charts for Bristol Myers Squibb. Right now, trade out at 55.01. It's going to be our white background charts that we've got interest in. So, Jimmy, as we take a look at the daily time frame, what we do see here is prices stretched. It's got that Rhodes momentum indicator signal out there. You're going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count. So you got 2 potential bottoming patterns out here. The Rhodes momentum indicator signal needs a bullish reversal candle. If you receive that, you can go ahead and fire away. Short of that, price should move lower. Now, today be day number 7. Tomorrow we could get a bar number 8. It's got to be below. It has to spike below tomorrow, at least whatever today's low is. Now, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. It can be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So that would be the TD9 count. That's a possibility of a bottom pattern out there. We'll come back to this. So maybe what you want to do, Johnny, is let's take a look at this. So you continue to monitor it. If you see some of that price type action out there, please write back into the show. We'll definitely take a look at that. As we look at the weekly time frame chart out here, what's the weekly tell us? We don't have anything good to tell you about the weekly. Why? Because right now, price is trading below its TD9 count bottom out here. And that says bad news. Your question was asking, where is the next level of support out here? Well, this could be generated in A to B equals CD to the downside. That would be a stinker, because that stinker would take price down. I'm going to just guess right now. We won't guess. We'll come back to it. The chart out there, but the 42, 48 level. It's early in the week out here, but price is trading below what we would use as the B point of that A to B equals CD to the downside. So we won't really know until Friday, so to speak. But it's not looking good when we take a look at the weekly. I'll come back and do the weekly A to B equals CD when I move back to those black background charts out here. On a monthly basis, got nothing. Got nothing with regard to really where support is. You just have to go back to the swing point from July of 2019. That could be a target area. And that's somewhere between the 42.48 to 46.68-ish type level out here. So back to the weekly potential. A to B equals CD to the downside. It's a big one out here. And that big one, the A point, that's easy to find. Everybody can find the A point. That's a trading session that began the week of August 23rd. The B point, everybody can find that. That's the low from October the 25th. The C point, everybody can find that. That is the November A swing point. So the market does 75% of the work for us. Now we just have to do the other 25%, which is monitor that move along that C to D leg. Now the volume on a weekly basis at that swing point from October 25th was 72 million shares. You're 12 million right now. No idea whether we're, it's got pretty good volume today. I'll say that. And if it does close below 56.11 with more than 72 million shares, then Johnny, what you're looking at is a 46.56, 42.85, 38.13. Yeah, those would be the levels to be looking at. But here's what we're going to do first. What you're going to do is you're going to continue to watch this on a daily time frame. You know the patterns to be looking for. One of those patterns is going to be some type of bullish reversal candle. If we get that, that's going to be an indication of at least a bottom and some type of at least counter trend rally. But Bristol-Myers Squibb looks basically horrible. Maybe you want to look elsewhere. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 327, S&P 73, NASDAQ 378. The Russell is up 15 points. Let's go to our next question out here. This one coming in from Michael P. Michael says, hello, Steve. Back at you. I have a put on RIVN, that is a Rivian Automotive out here. I did well last week with this. They are valued at more than Ford and GM combined. Where do you see Rivian headed? So I wouldn't focus too much. I think you just put that in there, but I wouldn't focus too much on how it's valued compared to Ford or GM. I just think that'll just maybe screw up the trading thoughts out here. So if we do take a look at Rivian, I'd be concerned about today's price action out here. Why is that? Because right now, so there's not a lot of data. This began trading on November the 10th out here, so we don't have a ton of data to take a look at. If we look at the daily time frame, that swing point low, the first day of trading, which was on November 10th, had a volume of 103 million shares. And price right now may close above that top of that swing point. The top of that swing point is 119.46. You're 119.84. And you're going to do that on much lighter volume out there. That tells you that selling is gone. That's just typical swing point analysis out here. Now, as I pull over the other chart, I'm going to look at the intraday chart because that's the only one with another signal out here, which is a TD9 count. And that has actually formed. Now, this is the bar following bar number 9 right now. So unless price takes out the high that I'm referring to is 122.25. That is the high today. You should expect price to pull back. But, Michael, if the TD9 count fails out here, and that's why I want you to pay attention to it, if you see a close above, maybe you don't have a 30-minute chart for it like I do, but right now, 122.25. If you see a close above that, that's a signal to me that Rivian, at least not with the limited information that we have, has put in the bottom. And on the 30-minute time frame chart, this was from Friday out here. Price confirmed. It did it by at 10:30 in the morning. It confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That's led to this TD9 count. So you might want to watch that. But boy, if that pattern here fails, and even if it doesn't fail, just knowing that you're in a put trade out here and that you're likely, if you get a close above, let me go back to the black background chart out there. If you get a close above that swing point, if it's me, I'm not still in that trade out here. So, again, the level to be watched would be 119.46 where you're 119.75. Michael, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for calling. Or didn't call in, but thanks so much for writing in. But speaking of callers, we've got John in Philly on the line. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Steve, I'm doing very well. Hope you had a really nice long weekend with your family.
I did. I would love more of those, but we'll take the ones that we've got. So you're calling about
Steve, I
Rio
was
Tinto.
asking for your help, please.
Yeah.
On Rio, as in Rio Tinto, RIO. Steve, I'm very, very specifically interested in what your daily chart work has to say on that. Here's the background. Back on Monday, November 8th, I bought equal amounts, totaling a package of one unlevered position for me in Rio Tinto, BHP, and Valley, VALE. Was the idea that the decline was very extended, looked like the decline was running out of gas. These bear markets that we've seen in all three of those are largely a function of declining iron ore prices, largely driven out of demand problems in China. Anyway, so that is the background. That's what I've done. I am wondering on Rio, BHP, and or Valley, if there's anything on your daily charts in all your particular tools, if in fact bottoms are confirming. I gave you Rio, but frankly, it's Rio, BHP, and Valley. I'd like to ask you to give a real quick look-see on that daily chart.
Sure. So the day that you really like should be November 18th. And the reason is because that is a island bottom candle formation out there. So that's a pretty, just that alone, which is hard to do out here. Folks, that's where you've got this gap to the downside. So the low on November 17th, folks, was 60.51. The high of that very next session was 60.21, and then it gapped up on the very next day, trading day, November 19th. So this has got a nice island bottom pattern. As I take a look at the chart out here, we'll pull over Rio. At the same time that it was doing that, it was generating a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Price was stretched. So you've got your bullish reversal candle. So, John, it looks to me like Friday's price action was the C point of an A to B equals CD to the upside. The resistance level to be watching here is 68.63. Now, there's a brand new daily profile that formed. That formed today, and price is above that. That is a bullish message. So price is traded with inside its weekly profile right now. So you've got an A to B equals CD to the upside. That suggests higher price, and it likely Friday was the C point of an A to B equals CD to the upside. The weekly chart has both the bottom and the center is at 60.76. So that's a strong level of support, and this suggests that price should rise to 70.17. So, John, any questions about Rio before we switch over and pull up the BHP chart for you?
No, that's great. Thanks so much. Okay,
so nice trade there. I like it. And congrats on that, and best of luck. So we take a look at BHP Group out here. Similar in that it is trading above the top of its daily profile out here. So that is bullish. The next level of resistance, a brand new weekly profile that formed, John, and that resistance level is 57.80. It's taking on a swing point from just a couple of trading sessions ago. That was the November 24th level. That had 3.5 million shares. Now that was a full day of trading, and you're at 2.3 right now. So that is suggesting an A to B equals CD pattern may be forming out here, with the A point being the low from November 18th, the B point the high from November 24th, and the C point on Friday. The 1-1 gets you to 57.74. We've got resistance at the top of the weekly profile, 57.80. John, it looks to me like that's where BHP is headed to. Any questions about that?
No, that's great. Thank you.
So VALE or VA? It's just VALE, isn't it, for
Correct.
Valley? Okay. So as we take a look at this, let me get this going on my other screens just in case. So here, not as positive looking just yet as the other two. Price is trading into the resistance of its daily profile right now. That's at 1248. You're at 1246. So closing above that would be a positive. The swing point that is trading into at 27 million from November 24th. You're at 13 million. So it looks like you're a little bit light in the loafers there. So maybe this needs a little bit more work before it moves to the upside. You also have a brand new weekly bearish structured profile, and that says the resistance zone is 1274 to 1313. So the real level that you need to see a close above on a weekly basis, 1313. If you get that inside of Vale out here, that would be a positive. As I look at my other daily time frame chart out here, this has a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. So that says, other than the struggles because of where sellers are at out there, so we can understand that, this does have a valid bottom, and says over time, price should make a run to 1713. That is a TD9 count breakdown level. Any questions about, how do you pronounce it? Valley?
Valley.
Valley. There you go. Any questions about the Valley charts out here?
No, that's very thorough. Exactly what I asked for. I think I'll just hold those positions.
That sounds great. Hey, John, thanks so much for calling. Always good to hear from you. We'll look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Thanks so much, Steve.
You bet. That was John in Philly. So the Dow's up 316, the S&P up 71. Let me, we've got about 10 seconds here before we go to a break, but I just want to flip back open the intraday charts out here. Give me a moment. We'll just switch over there just to see what's going on inside that NQ. We talked about that and why that was important. There you can see the TD9 count did come in at 130. Now price is starting to pull back, and that pullback should take us into that oscillator and change line. It has changed since we were on the air 15 minutes ago. And that new level is about the 16,332 area. But that's going to rise and fall as price moves higher and lower. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. Dow's up 308, S&P 71, NASDAQ 100, 372. We've got a number of questions, so let's just go straight to those. The first one coming in from Yvonne. Yvonne wants to go take a look at SQ, looking for support and resistance. That is square out here, so let's go take a look at SQ, see what it's doing. So your levels of support for the daily time frame is the bottom of a brand new daily profile, and that bottom is at 208.90. The top is at 219.77. There's 219, and you're trading above that right now. So that would be I apologize. You are not trading above that. It found resistance at the 219.77 mark. So we're going to go see if there's any kind of bottom signal inside of Square out here. From a weekly standpoint, price found support at the center. It's bullish structured area. That's between the bottom and center, between 280 and 209.39 out there. And on a monthly basis, price is trading below the center of its profile. Could suggest a move to 177.52. We're not there just yet. Let's go take a look at the daily time frame chart. We don't see any kind of a bottom pattern out here. And price not only found resistance at the top of its new daily profile, but also its red oscillator and change line. What this tells us, Yvonne, you're looking for an entry point. Price should go back and test at least the lows from November the 22nd out there, but you'd like to see some kind of bottom signal. And I don't know that we're going to get that here just yet. So I don't like what we're looking at on the daily time frame. You're still waiting to enter this. We don't have a buy point just yet. Continue to monitor this, and maybe write back to me on Wednesday or Thursday. Let's take a look at Square then and see what kind of price action is developed and whether it's provided us with any additional information. But at this stage here, now look, price may hold support at the 208.90 level. If you see it close below that, it's headed lower. So I hope that helps you out, Yvonne. Thanks much for writing in. We've got Brent in Martinez, California. He wants to take a look at Palantir. PLTR is the ticker symbol. And you're looking for a completed A to B equals CD pattern, with the September high being the A point and the D point being the November 24th. So we've got that A to B equals CD pattern that is already out here And I'm just going to pull over the daily time. And there's also a profile that formed, looks like on Friday, Brent. So support is at 2040, resistance 2213. So it's going to pull over the other daily time frame chart out here. So you've got what you need. You've got the completed A to B equals CD to the downside. Your resistance is still going to be this red oscillator and change line, much like Yvonne and I looked at. And that's at the 2160, or you're trading at 2105. But in the case of Yvonne, she didn't have, the square did not have a completed pattern. Here you've got the A to B equals CD pattern. It's completed. You got the bullish engulfing candle. So you've got everything that you need here. And of course, the support level is the low of that bullish engulfing candle, or that doji candle the day before. So if price were to close below 2005, then we'd have to say we're wrong. But you do have a valid buy the D point. Your first resistance level is going to be that 2160. You close above that, then 2213. And then above that, it is off to the races to the upside. At least that's the daily chart. The weekly chart here for Palantir not really provide us with a ton of information, so we just really need to stick with the daily time frame as we speak right now. But yes, there is a completed A to B equals CD to the downside in Palantir, and that completed just a couple of trading sessions ago. But appreciated levels you provide. Have a great day. Great. That's good. I think we provided everything that Brent was looking for out there. Okay, good. The next question, these were coming in from the Tiger's Den. One was to take a look at Boeing. So let's get Boeing up on our screen up here, the black background screen. And this was just to take a look at it. So what's Boeing doing? Boeing's trading below the bottom of its daily, weekly profiles out here. It's inside the monthly profiles. From a profile perspective, as long as price closes the month on 203.64, could be signaling to move to the 146 to the 117 area. Let's pull over the white background chart for Boeing, see if there's any kind of other signal out here that maybe we have missed. And the answer is no. You've got a nice hammer candle that formed on Friday, but even though it was a hammer candle on Friday, it was also a gap to the downside. So one bullish candle, one bearish candle out here. Hey, you're below profile levels. I don't see a bottom when I take a look at the daily time frame for Boeing out here. So I would just be patient, but it not looking good. Don't have any idea whether this is related to the new variant or not, but the chart itself is not looking good. Whoever was asking for Boeing. There was also a request to take a look at Bank of America, BAC. So let's go take a look at BAC, see what it is doing. I believe that took a little bit of a dive on Friday, yeah, just like about everything. And today was that was a bullish structured profile that had formed a few days ago. And Friday's move was a close below the bottom of that profile. When it closed below the bottom of a profile, and this was bullish in structure, a counter trend move would stall out at either the bottom, but more likely the center of that profile. That's exactly what's taking place today. 46.67 is the center of that bullish structured profile. Price got up to a high today of 46.70. It is since back below the bottom of that profile. That is suggesting lower price. However, we say that in one breath, but in the next breath, when we take a look at the weekly chart, we say, well, shoot, maybe it's not headed much lower because price is finding support at the old top of its profile, old resistance that should become support out here. So here the level to be watching is going to be 45.59. As long as price holds 45.59, Bank of America isn't that bad of a looking chart out here. Let's pull over the white background chart, see if there's any other signals out here that we can glean from it. The answer is there isn't. So it's got a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, price below the bottom of that profile. We know the weekly. So if the weekly profile level, the top of that profile, fails, we should see it move down to the 43.48, maybe even an A to B equals CD to the downside that takes us a bit lower than that. But that's what I see when I take a look at Bank of America on the daily chart. Weekly chart has a topping signal. Tells us if price gets below the top of that profile out there, 43.53 would become the target. So I would sit patient. If you're looking to add to a position in BAC, I don't see it right now. If you're holding a long position out here, I continue to hold it, but watch the top of that weekly profile like a hawk out there. So I hope that helps whoever had that request for BAC. The last one, I believe it was the last one, was to take a look at Twitter. Let's pull over the white background chart. So Twitter, you got Jack Dorsey, who's moving on out. And if we take a look at Twitter, no bottoming pattern per se out here. Prices back below. So you saw that nice move. It's sold off ever since. Twitter's back below its red oscillator and change line, and that suggests that it wants lower price. That's the daily chart out here. The weekly chart, I don't see a bottoming signal. The weekly could be telling us about an A to B equals CD to the downside. So let's go to the black background charts out here. It's much easier for me to draw the A to B equals CD pattern on that set of tools. And here, the A to B equals CD is going to look like this. Our A point is going to be the high from back on February 22nd, 2021. Then we've got a low on May 10th of 2021. That's our B point, and the C point is from July 19th of 2021. The 1-to-1, this is the monthly chart that we're taking a look at. The 1-to-1 takes us to 41.71. That B point had 75 million shares. When we passed through it, we did with 98 million shares. So you have a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside inside of Twitter. You're trading right now into the center of its monthly profile. That's bullish in structure, but odds favor. Price going to make a move into that 42.37, 41.71 area, and that's what I'd be looking for inside of TWTR. How about that? We got that done just in the nick of time. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. The Dow's up 313, the S&P 72, NASDAQ 100 386. We'll be right back to go ahead and close out the hour.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So you got the Dow off up 312, S&P up 73, NASDAQ up 386. And let's go switch back into those 30-minute time frame charts out here. Give me a second to pull that up. It's really the NQ that we're focused on. We believe that's where we'll get really the next message out here. So you can see the TD9 count. I'm going to go ahead and just expand the chart out, and we're all looking at exactly the same thing. Now, the threshold level to be watching is the high of this pattern. That's the high of the bar that completed at 130, and that high is at 16,419 even Steven. You're at 16,407. Your price closes above that 16,419. That tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. What does that mean? What that means to Stevie is 16,455 or so. That's a daily, you may remember. That is the daily oscillator and change line. That, in essence, would become the next resistance level. And if price closes above that, then price is going to make its merry way back to the top of its daily profile. That's at 16,609. If it can close above that, it'll challenge that bearish engulfing candle that confirmed the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal from back on the trading day of, let me see if I can give you that trading day. Out here, this is the NQ that we're talking about, the trading day of November the 22nd out here. If the TD9 count on the 30-minute time frame chart holds, that means price doesn't close above. I don't care if it ticks above, but I just care where the close is at. Then that's going to suggest move back to test that red oscillator and change line out here. Now, does that have to happen? Does price need to test that? It does not. That test already took place. That took place. That oscillator and change line changed colors right at 9:30 this morning, and the test of that line took place at 10 o'clock. That was the bullish test that said, okay, we're headed to the upside. It's done that. It's fulfilled that. Price got up to the resistance level, breakdown resistance at 16,413. What we're just now looking for is that next signal here inside the NQ. So if you just focus on that, you'll have a pretty good feel for what's going on. Stay tuned for David White, the Power Trading Hour. He's up next. Tom O'Brien, he'll bring Sun home from 3 to 4. I'll join Tom this afternoon, I think around 3:15, 3:20, and I'll explain to you why the bottom is in for the next couple of weeks. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Have a terrific, marvelous Monday, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow.